Good morning, track fans! How you doing, Albert? How you doing, Wolf? What are you up to? It's about Christmas time when I've been making this, or the lead up to it. So just before you get stuck into this, anyone watching, this is a longer video. It's a video on how I create and make and install the lighting on this building. That's it. So if you're not got a building, if you're not interested in lighting, possibly not worth watching this, as it'll be a video too far. However, if you are interested, then I do hope this gives you another idea of what you can do on your track with your buildings to light it up. I've not seen this done before, so yeah, enjoy. And I'll see you on the next one. Track fans! On the bench we are then. So I said already that we've come into this a bit late, but here you go. So this is how it's looking. I'm doing the Magnetic Racing 001 Steward's Hut. Yeah, we'll call it Race Stewards Building. What am I talking about? It says it on the sign, Albert. Anyway, so this is how it looks. Got two bits to do. This bit that will go on there, get painted yellow, because that's the accent theme across my track for my buildings. And then we could put this on, but I don't want to put this on because I quite like the fact that we can get a slimline car in there like that. But so I've built this, and don't worry about these cars here. I need to fix those. There might have been some crashes. Yeah, so what I've got to do is I've got to put some lights in. So I've got these lights from a well-known online store everyone uses. Let me see if I can get you, there you go. Right, hopefully you can read that because it's very small on my screen. So Ever model L123W 20p or train layout new. There you go. Anyway, so that's what I've got two of them ready to go in, and one spare in case I mess it up, which is highly likely. So I thought sometimes people use a black piece of straw like this. So this is actually metal and really difficult to form, so we don't want that. So I've got this cool bit of yellow straw, drinking straw, like that, and I'm going to put it on here, and the plan is to feed the wires up. One wire will go in there and will light up the garage, and one wire will come up, possibly actually go in just at the bottom there, and then feed up the inside in there onto the ceiling, so I've got a light for the actual stewards themselves. But just little bits of detail. So you cut the straw to length, so you snip that out, and then you've got a ledge here. So what I've done on the side here is just cut an incision so that I can slot it in, and it kind of goes in there. It helps it sit flush, and I'll actually glue that there and glue it to the top, but only when we're ready. And then another important detail at the bottom is to cut a diagonal bit, so that this is going to be very crude, but this is what we're working with. So when you put it on the floor, you've got some space for your wires to come out and go down or round, or in my case just temporarily until I move. I'm going to be having a battery pack here, so little battery hidden around the back, just bolted on using some of these things. You can get these, they go on the top of a 9-volt battery. And do you know what, this online retail store begins with an A and ends in Amazon. They do rechargeable batteries, 9-volt, so you can just keep them on a constant cycle and have everything illuminated. I've tested it out, works really well. Even does the 8 light tower from Magnetic Racing. So come on, and let's get on with it. So I'm gonna, yeah, actually I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put the hole here and a hole here, and then inside I'm gonna route it around to where I want it to be. I'm possibly going to put it at the front so it actually shines on the car and gives the light there rather than coming from behind and it will be in shadow. So we'll do that. Need something to balance that on. So help me God, here I go. So here's one I prepped earlier. I'm going to have to make a hole, and then I'm going to make the hole bigger. There we go. Right, I might fast forward this bit up. So okay, here we go then. Let's see. Possibly I might be able to squeeze both these through like it is, you know. That would be epic if I can. Obviously I'm going to put it in from inside and coming out, but I'm just testing it at the moment. Nah, it's not going to work. So what I'll do is I'll drill another hole right next to it, and then I'll use a Stanley knife just to cut between them. So let's see what this bad boy can do. Alright, I'm going to speed it up while I do this. Here we go. So we've got two holes. Let's just gently carve. I mean, it's already kind of falling through. So I'm just using this side to push it through, and then I will trim it down on the inside. So that is already taking shape, which is good. Bit of faffing around. So if you're working on any buildings at the moment, whether it's from Magnetic Racing or elsewhere, let us know in the comments. Let us know what you're working on, how it's going. Let me know if you've got like an accent colour theme across your track. So I'll do another video where I talk around the track and what my intentions are, because I'm building up the track for when I get to the new house, and then I can actually just almost be ready. Yeah. And then once I've done the lighting, then I can start to weather the building accordingly. So we've got to do this first. This is the first job. And an important job it is as well. So this is what I'm talking about with the trimming there. It's really rough, like proper. So gonna just trim it off. Smart money's on me. Never glue the lid down on these things, because you never know when you're going to need to get in there to replace a refrigerator or something, you know. You might end up with a refrigerator that's got a TV on it, like Bryce was looking at. If you saw his short that time, that was great. That was so funny. There we go. So we have the bulb in there, and we've got a tail. We've got ourselves a tail. So ideally you would like to position the bulb where you want it. So we've established that we want it somewhere on the middle, and to be honest with you, it doesn't matter on the bottom of the garage how this lighting goes. You can take it around the outside and bring it in and have it all really nice and like OCD, or you can just wham it out to the diagonal like that where it needs to be. Happy days. And then we can get to stick that in position. So what I'll do, I'll just use a bit of masking tape, and we'll get that stuck down. We'll come back a bit later and we'll actually glue it into position. So I want to leave just a small amount of play, so that if I want to do something or other I can. But that's roughly where it's gonna reside. Right there, right above it, coming right down the front. Beautiful, perfect. what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tape around just the bit where it was going to go through, because this will stop it accidentally going through, but it'll also give me a lock on to where I need to think about what I'm doing. So there you go. See, just going to hold it in place nicely right there, and then what we can do is we're going to probably about there, we're going to cut it, strip it back, join a piece of extension cable on it, which I've got around here somewhere. Honest, where is the cable? Oh, Roger, the cable has gone down where the grub screws go. Oh no, here it is. Oh, I knew I had it laying around. And we're going to attach this to this, and we're going to extend it out to where we need it to be. So actually, let's do that now. We don't need too much. It's just really unfortunate that the tail isn't just that little bit longer, because that would be amazing. So I'll probably play about that much. What's that? Probably about 10 centimeters. No, actually that's 10 centimeters. It's probably about 12 centimeters, 120 millimeters. So for you old fogies out there, it's probably 4 inch. No. Yeah, 4 inches 100 mil, 6 inches 150, and 8 inches 200 mil. Boosh. Getting a hang of this now. I really appreciated, there was a video recently with Pat in it, saying about his new track, and he's the only guy I've ever seen next to myself on screen excuse me, talking about a distance in meters. Everyone else I speak to is foot and inches, and yeah, it's very difficult. But anyway, what we do, we're just stripping this back, because we're going to join these wires, and then we're going to use a bit of tape on them just to lock them into position. I would solder them, but I want them to be temporary. Now I've got a horrible feeling that the tape... Right then, I've been down there, I've got that, I've got a cup of tea, because it's getting late at night now. What time is it actually? That's a good point. 10:37 everyone. Look at that. I've hit everything today. All of them targets done. Bosh. What am I on actually? Only 14,000 steps. So just need a little bit of this. And there's probably people about to scream at the TV now, or device, however you're watching this. And then the same difference with this one, just literally get your nail in it and just kind of pull it apart, and it'll snap and it'll come off. And sometimes if you use a stripper, you end up taking some of the wire off as well. So these were all right, that was good. And then it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Get the red with the red, just twist it together like that, make a nice twist, keep twisting, and then fold it down like the long edge of the edge like that, and then you've got it. Bit of tape just to put it in place. Now some people will say solder it, but honestly, if you follow me on my members Wired on Wednesday feeds, you'll know how epic I am at soldering. But to be honest, yeah, this will hold exactly perfectly for what we need. And then do the same thing for t'other wire. Just get that on there. I'll give it the long end actually. There you go, good, nice twisting, get it all wrapped around, joined up as you can. fold it down again, and then whip a bit of tape just over it, just cover it, insulate it so that it doesn't touch the wire on the other, so that these wires don't touch, because it's not going to work out well. You're going to end up with hair like Spiky. Yeah, there you go. So we've got it. We got it. That's ready for the tube. And what we'll do as well, when we've got the tube on, we're actually going to weather the building as well, make it a little bit more worn. Normally I like quite new buildings, but this one, I think, since we're making a video on it, let's push the boat out a bit. So we've got that one in there. That's cool. And a bit of tape on there just to hold it in position. Looking good. So we've got to get the next bit in here, which I've got here, and we'll push it through. Actually, we'll get the wires on this one a little bit wider first. There you go. So twist that off. Lovely. Good. There we go. And then we'll be able to feed these through the hole. I'll go one at a time. Whatever one that is. The red. And then I'll put this other one in as well. There. Happy days. So again, if you remember, we're going to feed this one up here, up the inside corner. Just like that. You can't see nothing. Just like that. And then across the roof. Or do we put it on one side? So we put it at the front. Might have to go the distance with this one, because ideally I want to keep the roof detachable so I can put the figures in there and have different ones. Like I can have they're down the garage. Tragic. Could have the Queen. Where's the Queen? Queen's not here. Okay, so we might actually do the extension and then put the extension through here so that I've got more play to come round and do what I want. I think as well, I think we should bring the light to the front. I'm just pondering on how we can get it to. So do we feed the wire around? Do we feed the wire around the top? I wonder. Okay, I think we do. I think we need to put the extension wire on. So what we'll do is we'll just add the wire in its whole length, and then when we're ready we can snip it at the bottom end. It's going to be epic. So let's get these prepared. Actually, thinking out loud. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make track lighting. So if anyone's familiar with lighting as such, what you can do is you have a track like that, which is actually your power in a normal setting, and then you get a series of LEDs that drop in the top of the track, and you can put the track lighting wherever you want it. So if I've got the track here, what I can do is make an incision around here and on the other side to slide this through. Therefore I can wire the light to the center like this, but still have the integrity of taking the roof off. So let's do that, and it's got to be side to side so that I can kind of camouflage it and it doesn't look a bit sticky outy, if that's even a word. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to go 1 centimetre down, and then this is approximately 2 millimeters. So I'm going to make it flush. Okay, good. So here we go. Never before has this been done. Track lighting on a slot car building. I'm going to speed this up. Just before I do that, I'm gently cutting into it with the knife, gently, because I don't want to ruin it or risk the integrity of the structure. So I think I'm through. Yeah, I'm through. And also last week I nearly cut my finger off with a knife. So if you're a young track fan watching this and you're about to embark on track lighting, do please go and get someone, as I've said before, not necessarily more responsible, but just someone that you can offshoot some blame onto if it goes wrong. But they're not going to take that, so they're going to help you be safe. So any young track fans, you need to get some help from an adult for this, please. Please. I don't want any comments saying there's any missing digits. Alright, good. Right, let's speed this up. See, you're not here all night. Okay. Okay, I'm back. So, as you can see, we've got the track in position. Excellent. So now, we can get our wire, our lighting, to go exactly where we want it to go. Alright, say here, and run around the track. So I'm going to tape it in position here for the moment, just to hold it in place. Right, establish if I'm going to get out of here with these wires, and I think I am. So let me sort that out. 1 second. I'll put the track in. There we go. Yes, so we can see. I'm going to tidy it up. I'll probably tack it in with just the smallest amount of hot glue, just to get it to really stick to the side of the walls there. We've got some nice play. Look, you can really, it's almost pretty much there. But we'll put this through, we'll put this on, and then we'll pull it through and we'll have it on the inside. We can camouflage it up with some furniture. I saw Magnetic Racing are now doing hospitality packs, so you can get like bar furniture and stuff for it. It's like literally major cool. I'm going to need to do it on the outside because this wire is very thick. Made a right dog's dinner of it. Right, let's get this through here. It might be too big. No, it's not too big. I should have done it this way in the start. Good. So just like before, it's the temporary fix. We will, when we get to the new place, we will be sorting it all out, making sure everything's in, hardwired, proper, and build up a really nice track. I don't know really, you know, like everyone's building these tracks and they're doing this. What do you do when you've done it? Do you go back and do a different theme again? I mean, Lee Slot Cars on YouTube is the best in the business at this. He literally is on the march all the time, and just when you think, nah, he's done it now, he's done it, he comes up with another crazy idea. It's a brilliant channel. There you go. Lovely. And that'll hold that in place nicely. So we can pull the excess wire through here. We're not going to get it through the gap because it's so big with the masking tape, but it does hold it into place for us quite nicely. There. Which allows us then so I'm just pondering, because we got this looseness, it's just loose for the moment. While I get, that might work out a treat. If I just cut upwards a little bit, just a little bit, just enough to give myself a bit of room for the wire to come out of. I reckon that's going to be amazing. And like I said earlier, don't worry about seeing these wires. When we're finished with it, we won't be seeing these wires. Push all that through. Happy days. Weak. I was being a bit ambitious by trying to ram it through, and what I've done is I've ruined the masking tape. So I'm going to fast forward it quickly while I sort this mess out. We're going to, right, here we go, take two. We're going to take these ones through first while we've got space, one at a time. I'm going to feed them in there one at a time. There, works a treat. And then put this one in over the top. And then all being well, it should push it all out together. Bring it close to the building, which it has done. So the trick now with this is the small, because it's quite flexible and wobbly, you can put a bit of glue on there, but it will get brittle and break in the cold. What I do recommend, and what we'll do in a moment, is just the slightest bit of hot glue just down here, just to hold the tops together, and that will give it enough to stay static, and everything's in place. We've got the light where we want it in there. We've got track lighting here, so we can actually move that around if we want. I'm going to shorten these just slightly, so we'll only move it ever so, like, slightly. But yeah, coming together well. And then what I plan to do once we've got that is we'll dirty up the side of the building, maybe spray up here, and crack on with that. And also attach these bits here to just one of these, just one of those will do. So we'll crack on. So we're back to it. This is, I'll come back to it. I haven't looked back on the VT, so I'm going to try not to repeat myself. But if I do, forgive me. Don't leave. Right, let's crack on. So we've got the glue gun, that's heating up. I need to stick this down here, but in the meantime, we can get these two here adjoined and then affixed to one of these things. One of these little bad boys. I've got a packet of them around here somewhere, but for the life of me I can't see them. I've probably tidied them up somewhere. Classic Pete. Oh, you beauty! Found it straight away. Get in there. Oh, I'm so pleased. All right. Well, the plan is I'm going to build some kind of little makeshift structure here that will, in the interim, fit that in there. And then when I've moved house in the future, then I can hardwire it in, drill it down under the table and affix it to a main circuit. So when I turn the switch on, it will light all the buildings at once, rather than going around clipping in little rechargeable batteries. Because you can get rechargeable batteries now, check that out, like revelation. To me it is. So here we go. Let's line it up. So we don't need that much, so we'll cut some of that off. I'm going to keep the length on that. Just give them ends a little twist, because you don't want it to be like all sprayed, you want it to be a bit neater. And then literally, let's join them up. all the reds, and then just twist it all together, and we'll tape it up, and then that is going to light up everything like a Christmas tree. Happy days. I'll use a bit more because it wasn't the greatest bit of taping, Pete. And the same with the negatives, the blacks. There's probably people screaming at the TV, "What are you doing?" Well, I'm doing it like this, is what I'm doing. You can get clips and stuff and little screwy in junctions, but it's temporary, which is why I'm using the masking tape. And it's okay. Dull the lights down. Yeah. There you go. The track lighting is working. So now I can attach more lights to here, or different color lights on a circuit, in case I want to create a refurbished Ray Stewart building into a rave. You can have doosh, 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 some strobes coming out of there, but that is looking cool. Let's put a car in there and test it. Yeah, I like it. In fact, let's get rid of the lights. That has definitely got some promenation. Let's go in closer, take a closer look. So you can see in there you've got the track, so you can move that left and right. And then in there you've got a nice illumination, gives you a good look at the car if you were doing some night photos and stuff. Right, there you go. So anyway, we haven't finished because we've got to tidy this up now. We'll keep that wire. We've got to attach this to the building. Now, the good thing is the straw's flexible, so we can just attach it, like literally hold it in position. See? Flexi. And with a bit of hot glue, which is now hot, we can stick it in place. So let's get set up first. Put that down. Take this off. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, bit of glue there, and then I'm going to hold it until it sets, and then I'll be able to work on this side and form this one up here and hold it in position. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. That's it. And then just going to wait for this to set. I'll hold it nicely in position. This is looking good. That's on now. It's probably still going to set a little bit more, but at least what we can do now is do this end. So holding this end down so I don't pull it off, I can put a finger under there and get some glue just on the top here. That'll be plenty. And then I can hold this in position while this one dries. Now it's imperative you don't let this go before it's dry, because about look, no hands. Okay. Last thing to do is just to paint this. I might actually trim them down a bit. There. And with a bit of blue tack, just pop it in the top of the roof there. You're not going to see it when the roof is on, but it will stop it from getting caught in an outlet. See? Not going anywhere. I'd recommend we paint this the same colour as the building, and inside, believe it or not, paint it white, because it gives more reflection, it gives you a bit more light. If you've got it dark, it will suck the light in, it won't give you as much as some optical illusion voodoo. I don't know, who knows, man. It's just the way it is. And then another video can be making a little box thingy for that. I don't know, some arty-farty contraption, looks like a dustbin dumpster. So just rough and ready, because it's inside. So now, if you remember, we've got, this is a bit of masking tape. Now, I'm going to leave it there. I was going to glue gun that on, but if we want to put a couple more lights in, you can just take that off, dead easy, resight it, couple more lights in, maybe around here and down the pipe, out the bottom, and away like that. I couldn't find the paint. Okay, good. There you go, 1x race steward building with lights and everything. We're going to weather it, but I think maybe we'll leave it there for this video, and then we'll do another video where I create a box for this, and then once I've got the box, work our way around and we'll make it look a little bit more used, let's say. So right, cool. Well, there you go. That was a different video from me about scenery for a change. Haven't done one of them in a while. Hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for tuning in. I will see you on the next one, guys. Take care, track fans!